All right, everyone. So I'm going to make a quick video here for you to walk you through how to use and find scholarly articles. So this paper is going to require you to have at least two sources, which are scholarly articles, whichever work you choose to write about. And what scholarly articles are essentially published works by professors, which is their research. So this is how professors really grow in their fields, and it's also how a lot of universities kind of make their name in research is by these publications. So there are literally thousands and thousands and thousands of publications for every field. And so what we're going to do is we're going to be looking at specifically within the literature field. So there's three main ones that we use in literature: JSTOR, Academic Search Complete or Premier, usually it's Complete, and EBSCO. And what you're going to do, I'm going to show you how to find articles and what to look for and how to use them. So when you click on the library database, we're going to go to the database. Forgive me here. It looks like this. When you get into the database, you'll log in with your MyTCC login. And you will go, there's a lot of ways you can do this. You can do this by subject, you can do this by particular articles, so, or by particular journals. So we're going to do, you can go, say, to like a literature database. You could go to, if you want to talk about psychology within these stories, you could go to a psychology one. There's really unlimited choices. There's so many options. But what we're going to do is we're going to do one that we know very well in the field, and that's Academic Search Complete. It's kind of a catch-all for a lot of different things. So we're going to click the A and then go to Academic Search Complete. And when we search, we can search a lot of different ways. We can search by author, we can search by the particular text, we could also search by general keywords that have to do with text. So say I wanted to look, I'm going to look for example, say The Wasteland, but I want to make sure that I note that that's by Eliot. And I'm going to see what pops up. So I'm going to click this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to look through these and just kind of skim. There's a lot of things that are in here to help us. So this one doesn't look like it has anything to do with what I'm interested in, so I'm going to look at this, and it has to do with, I'm going to look at what the information they give me. So this, I can tell, is some sort of long scholarly article. It's probably not what I'm interested in because I see the methodology and there's data. That's really not what I care about. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to choose something else. So I'm going to choose something like this: Between Fire and Ice, T.S. Eliot's Wasteland. This seems like it's somehow related to what I might want to talk about. So when I go on here, there's a lot of ways I can do this. The first thing I'm going to look at is the abstract. So the abstract is like a thesis statement. It's what the main crux or idea of argument of the article is going to be about. So I'm going to read that this is about the mysticism in the wasteland, and it connects to other poems and threads of religious expression. So if I'm going to write about Eliot and religious expression and mysticism, this is going to be a great fit for me. If I'm not going to write about that, I'm not going to waste my time by reading it. I'm just going to go ahead and go back to find another article. So if I go down, I see that there's maybe something in here. I want to talk about silence in the wasteland, mouthlessness and ineffability in World War I poetry and the wasteland. That might be exactly what I want to talk about. So I'm going to click this article. I'm going to read the abstract. Yes, it looks like it works for me. There's a lot of different ways you can access the text, so I'm going to use the PDF of the full text. Now, really importantly, when you find these articles, a lot of these can be very, very lengthy. They could be 20 or 30 pages. Some are nice and short, like 3 or 4 pages. That's great. You can read the whole thing. But if they're 20 or 30 pages, you should not be reading the whole thing. It's just too much to try and do. So what I suggest you do is you skim. So you would look through here and you would skim to find the areas and the parts that really fit with your argument, and then you pull from those parts as evidence for your argument. That's why we're using scholarly articles, is to give us evidence from experts that back up what we want to argue or what we want to say about the work. So I would go through here and I would find particular sections which look, like they're going to fit with what I want to argue, and then I would use those sections. So that's how you find a scholarly article. If you have any questions about it, let me know. When you cite these, you're going to be citing them as journal articles. So if you forget how to do that, refer to the MLA guidelines that I gave you, refer to Purdue OWL, or just ask me and I can help you out. If you have any questions about this, let me know. Otherwise, good luck.